Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. Today we're taking a break from our Amazulu preseason to get in a couple of friendlies with Canada, including a match in Paraguay that looks to be distinctly unpleasant for early September, with 4-degree weather and drizzle predicted, but that's 4 days away, so I suspect that forecast is going to change. At least I hope so. That's not the conditions I want the team to be out in for even a meaningless friendly, because if I injure too many of them playing in bad conditions, the coaches are going to get mad and not let me have the players anymore. It's kind of unfortunate this international break fell right here. I would have liked to get back on the horse right away with Amazulu and try to undo some of the morale damage that loss took. Because we did well. We only lost by 1 goal, and that was scored off a penalty. So if we hadn't allowed the penalty, we would have drawn at least into extra time and potentially won on kicks. So it was really unfortunate that we allowed that, but we did, and that is on us for it happening. I mean, it was a preseason tournament. We didn't have a lot of preseason games, so it doesn't really bother me too much because really, I'm mostly just interested in getting the team ready for the actual regular Premier League season that's coming up. Um, Super 8 Cup would be nice for us to win, but it's the least important tournament we play all year. And despite the aspirations of the management of the club, I'm going to have to let all the cups kind of take a back seat. I just don't have the player depth to really fight hard for everything. So unless I run up a big league in the Premiership and can start resting people there, it's going to be cups that people get rested on. Shangassi. I want to hang on to him, but with our financial situation, I really can't say no to any sales. So I have to leave the door open for that. And there goes the deal on Shangassi. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to compete with Stuttgart. Like, that's just such a positive move for him that he's not going to stay and be the backup here. Same thing with Malongo. I'm never going to actually play Malongo, so if he can go to Baroka and actually get minutes, there's no way I can stand in the way of this move, even though I'm not making any good money on him. Malongo hurts a little more to be hitting at the door. But they're paying enough that I can't hang on to him, so. It's pretty much just what we knew we were in for this season. That's sweet. That cheered up Harbor and Kemp quite a bit, and that was because it was unfortunate they were coming in with a poor mood. And we're doing all right for injuries. The only injury we have is Owusu with that ankle injury that's only for another day, so he should be back in the team well before our actual match. Alongo's leaving. And Malangu is as well. And there goes Nshengesi. This guy sounds Greek. That could be an issue. Oh no, he is South African. He just has a Greek sounding name. Alright, yeah, we will negotiate for him. Because, I'd like to have him in. I was just worried that if he was Greek, I couldn't actually get him into the team. Leave the possibility of more business open. Yeah, I don't love that Nshengasi left, but I'm not competing with Stuttgart. Not in the financial state we are. Apparently this Impolinatos isn't very good. I think this is mostly just a case of having another person that's capable of filling the position if we need it. We didn't even register him for the team this year. It's mostly in case I actually lose one of my good goaltenders. Whitlock, I will never use Apollinatos, and then I will sell him in like a year for a profit. Still calling for dog shit weather for that Paraguay match. Watch me get the entire team sick going from 4-degree Paraguay to Puerto Rico and whatever weather they're having there. When I'm given a chance with a message like that, I always try to talk up the player. I never know when I'm going to need to negotiate with them in the future, and it costs me nothing for them to have a good impression of me. Well, we got out of transfer day without anyone else leaving, so that's nice to see. We still took a couple more hits that I didn't really want. And a little bit of honesty there. We have been trying to unload players. I didn't necessarily want to lose all of those players, but I need to try to get us something approaching cash positive again. If that means we take a hit on the field, at least the team will exist. Arya is probably going to get a cap just because Owusu's not fully back from his injury yet. Davies can definitely play better as an attacking wing back. Loren Cow, I think, is well on his way to probably his first cap for us, too. Not the worst lineup for a friendly. Harbor's not great, but that's kind of why I want to play him. Arja's not great. Mujkic isn't great. And Amrani's not great, but this will give me a chance to get them some playtime, which is sorely lacking with international play where I can't control their practice. Fountain needs a rest. This is going to be a constant this season, is having to try to shuffle around resting players, because we're going to force them to play more than they probably should because we're light on strong players, and it's going to force me to have to send people off for rest, even though they're probably needed just to try to keep them from getting hurt. Because it's better to lose them a week on a rest than to force them to play while they're exhausted and get them injured and out for 6 months. No, other people in good form. And actually, this is a really good time to send those players out on rest, because they should still be back before our next match because of that international break. So they'll lose some practice, which is annoying. But I should have them the next time we have competitive matches. That's annoying that we just lost Mujkic. I was planning on getting him some good minutes. Let's see. They want me to keep Bonifacio to 45 minutes, Justifov to 45 minutes, and Howard to 45 minutes. Well, I'm not even planning on playing Howard at the moment, so he should be good. I'll try to remember to take Justifov and Bonifacio off. Yeah, so the weather sounds like about as bad as it can get in Paraguay at this time of year. We already knew Mujkic went down to the injury, so this isn't really news. It's only 7 days he's out, so bad luck for us, but good for him that he's not going to lose too much time to that injury. I mean, these are friendlies. I don't really care. It's not like we're losing him for a competitive match where we really needed him. Paraguay's been beaten both of the youth teams, so it looks like they're kind of tough. Tunkara's gotten over his mood, which is nice. We actually have a pretty positive record compared to Paraguay. And the weather's improved substantially from what was forecast. It's now 11 degrees and drizzling and breezy, so not ideal, but a whole lot better than the 4 degrees that was forecast. Need to bring Lazarov in for Mujkic. He's not very good, but once again, getting him some caps and hopefully he'll develop. I hope we win these matches to undo some of the poor morale we took with the World Cup, but my primary goal here is just to develop players for the future. A lot of my old timers are retiring on me, and I'm trying to get the next generation up to a point where they can replace people if I need to. I mean, I potentially probably only have one more World Cup for John and Davis and David and Alfonso Davies, and I'm not sure that Estaquia is even going to make that World Cup. I think he's thinking about retirement already. So I need to develop some replacement players. We can see that the Team Paraguay's fielding is just better than ours. I mean, that's not surprising. This is a South American nation, rather. They take their football serious. We know they're probably better than us, but I wasn't going to turn down this friendly. This is like a prime chance for me to develop new players. And it being a friendly, it's not going to be too big a morale hit to our players if we have to take them off or they lose. Like, I don't like that we gave away a penalty in the first 3 minutes. That's putting us in a hole that we're not going to recover from. Gomez got the goal for them. I don't know what we did to draw that penalty. Oh, we actually got control here. I'm pretty sure I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure Emrani was offside, so that's getting called back. Still, even though we were offside, it was nice to see us get a chance to break down their defenses a little bit. I mean, that was really offside. I've been having that problem with Amrani. I think that's one of the major reasons he's not rated higher, is this that he's always offside. So I keep playing him because I'm hoping he'll learn from Jonathan David and stop being offside. David's pretty good about staying onside. With Paraguay being so much better than us, if we walk out of this with a 1-0 loss and that one goal being true to penalty we gave away, I'll be pretty happy. I mean, I don't want us giving away penalties, but it's a little different than losing a goal to just a play. At least with a penalty, we didn't really have a chance to try to defend. And at this point, for all I know, it could be off of a referee mistake. I won't know how good the referee's actually doing until the end of the match when I see the rating. The little circle overhead view that I like to use to watch tactics doesn't really let me know what happens in those sort of circumstances, so I can't judge if it was a justified penalty or not. We didn't get a card for it, so it was pretty mild, whatever it was. Or this referee just doesn't like giving away cards and is bad. That's also a possibility. But I'm going to assume they're good until I see evidence to the contrary. Carducci's getting a good workout today. Nice to see Lorenko getting to touch the ball. I don't play him very often. I think this is his first cap. can't remember. I might have played him like once before off the bench or something. I'm 90% sure this is his first ever start because I don't really recognize the name. We had a decent strike there, though. We haven't had a lot of attacks, and even though that was a little soft, he got off a shot towards the goal. It wasn't strong enough to count as an actual shot according to the ratings, but it still puts him ahead of most of the team. Here we go. This is what I like to see, the ball up in the open with David. And he's gotten past both the defenders. Great goal from Jonathan David, assisted by Thiago Lorenzo. So Lorenzo is doing well for us. This is what I haven't been getting from David the entire time I've been managing this team. I've been expecting more plays like that because that's what the real life Jonathan David will produce. And he just hasn't been doing that in game, so I'm very happy to have seen that here. Team's making me proud today. We're outclassed here, but they have no quit in them. They're making their presence known. Oh, Amarillo pulled things back ahead for Paraguay, assisted by Iturbi. Iturbi. I think that's how you say it. So we're down by that penalty again. And if we disregard it, we actually got the first blood for goals in the pace based on actual open field play. So I'm feeling pretty good about how we're doing here. Because we know Paraguay is the better team. And so the fact that we're making a strong showing for ourselves in spite of that is really nice. And that's something you need to keep. Oh, David got in trouble with the referee there, but it actually kind of was good because it stopped the breakaway. But that's the thing you need to keep in mind when you're managing a club or a team like this that aren't top of the league. You need to know when to be happy with a loss. Like Escobar just scored on us, assisted by Gamara. We're starting to fall behind now, but it's Paraguay. We knew we were going to fall behind. The goal here is just to get players developed and not make a lot of mistakes. And so far, we haven't made many mistakes. We got the one yellow, which I'm not happy about. We got a goal against them. We held our own for almost half the match. And I'm not bringing the top team either. A lot of these players are not our first run players. I brought a lot of the youth to try to develop them for the future. And so, in a case which is a thing you have to do if you're managing a national team, I don't have a youth development program. Arja just brought one back, assisted by Davies. So we're still only down that, even though Paraguay's dominating us somewhat. We're still only down that penalty. But especially with the national teams where I don't have a youth club that I can really bring players into because I have no control of who the youth team picks. You need to have windows like this where you just focus on developing the players you have available. And so I'm very happy with how this match is going, even though it looks discouraging if you just focus on what's happening on the screen. Now let's see if I can remember who I was supposed to take off. It was Bonifacio and Jusufov. So take Bonifacio off for Tabla. And I'll take Jusufov off for Mello. Another guy I think is getting his first cap. And this is a case where even though we're down a goal, I'm perfectly happy to make these substitutions because I'm not trying to win this match. I mean, I am, but I'm alright with not winning it. This is purely to develop the next generation. I have a couple of veterans in there, but mostly it's to develop the next generation. I mean, Christ, I've got Chaka Mello in, and he's 1.5 star. He's not on a level that I'd be playing on the back line if I was actually trying to win this match. But I need to get him some experience so I can develop him because I'm going to lose those guys I have. It's inevitable. I need to have more players ready to come in there. And I can't trust... Oh no, Davis got a card. That's annoying. But I can't trust the home clubs, or in the case of Mello, who currently doesn't have a home club, his own practice to prepare him. And David just single-handedly brought us back even. So this is anyone's game with over 60 minutes or over 30 minutes left to play. I'm actually surprised neither Davies nor David's coaches wanted me to rest them for half the match. But I suppose Paraguay is a pretty prestigious opponent. It's not like I had them in there against St. Kitts and Nevis or something. Their clubs are probably perfectly happy for them to be getting experience at this level. And we've got them a little scared. They're tentative about coming out of there. Because obviously their manager told them to play from the back. And then they've realized that, wait, Kenda are actually dangerous. I don't know if I want to be letting the ball loose back here. And Amarillo got another goal, assisted by Escobar. Man, this would be a hell of a match to watch. Alright, 60. Harbor's playing bad, so I'm going to take him off for Silva. And then Brogalar is playing badly, so I'm going to take him off for Howarth. neither Silva nor Howard are quite at the level I'd want them to be for the team. So at this point, we're probably going to fall further behind Paraguay. We've taken away most of our good defenders, but it's just time to develop kids. That's why I'm playing this match. I want to throw them into the fire, see how they do. If they do well and Paraguay don't score again, I'm going to be very happy. If we end up losing by like 2 or 3 matches because I made our defensive line so much worse, I'm pretty okay with that too. Because the only way these kids are ever going to develop is if I force them to play in conditions like this. And Lorenkow almost equalized it for us again. Everyone's stamina's still looking nice. Davies isn't having a great game, and he's been yellow carded, so I'm going to take him off for Kemp. I've kind of given up on actually winning this. But this is a development game. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's 80 minutes in almost, and we're still just separated by that penalty they got. Right, they say Arsha's getting tired. Was David actually going to equal? And Jonathan David gets a hat trick assisted by Tabla and equalizes again. If we walk away with a tie, I'm going to be ecstatic. Arsha's playing well, but I'm not trying to win here anymore, so I'm going to take him off for Shum. And everyone else, I've got a couple of 6s, but they're pretty good on or A6. He's pretty good on stamina. Might as well. I'll take Lazarov off and let Owusu get a little bit. Oh no. Okay, apparently there was a limit on how many subs I could make in this match. Fair enough. That's my last sub. Get Narsha off. I should actually read the rules in these competitions I agree to. Yeah, we got a pretty bad team out there right now, so I would not be shocked if Paraguay find another goal. But, like I've been saying all along, this is an experience match. The team's played exactly as well as I want them to. We're looking really good here. No matter how it plays out from here, I'm very happy with this. It was perhaps a little bit aggressive of goal kick from Carducci there, but it ended up with Kemp, so we're all right. And now it's to Lorenkow like it was supposed to be. David get 4? He can. David assisted by Mello this time. Did I knock on woods, but I may have taken the kids to Paraguay and won this. Paraguay have been looking less threatening than they were in the first half. And we're actually ahead right now. It's been basically steady highlights for the last 5 minutes or so. Both our goals, basically, last 2 goals, basically, there's been no break in there. Renkel takes a shot, hits the crossbar. I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with that Renkel. Five minutes of stoppage time, probably because of all the subs I made. But with it being 94 minutes right now, best they can do is a tie. They're not getting 2 in 1 minute. And Tabla's got that. He just got taken down for a free kick, which we can waste a lot of time on. Howarth, I haven't had to pay a lot of attention to since I brought him in. And that was a very good win for us. Renkel made his debut, so I was right about that, and Silva made his debut. So 2 people got their first cap in a winning effort against Paraguay, who I believe are better than us. This might be the best match I've ever managed as a Canadian head coach. That's the sort of development I want to be seeing from this club. Or, not club. They're not a club, but they're this national team. And no surprise, David was our player of the match. He's playing for Liverpool in this. So the guy's getting good coaching. And then we get a huge shift in conditions. Puerto Rico is expected to be 35 degrees. Which I also really hope that weather forecast is wrong, because that's into dangerous weather conditions. And like I said, I don't want to piss off a whole bunch of club coaches by breaking half the national team in a friendly. Ward's on his way to getting over his bad mood. Looks like Barcelona's trying to pick up at Erling Haaland. And it managed to keep the team rested enough through that match that we almost don't have to make any changes for the Puerto Rico match. However, staying in, he's not great. We're thinking about starting Shom, who's pretty bad. Lazarov's pretty bad. Tabla's not great in that position. Nelson's not great at the front. But yeah, we have a pretty strong Well, okay, not pretty strong, but we have a lot of the kids that I want to get experience in there. And given what they just did to Paraguay, I feel pretty good going to Puerto Rico. A lot of people want to be rested for this match. Nelson, Bonifacio, Amrani, Kemp, Harbert, and Arja. I mean, given the conditions, that's probably fair. We should dominate the Puerto Ricans. Still expecting it to be around 35 degrees. It's not quite as hot as they forecast, but still too hot. 33 degrees and breezy is not the conditions I want to be playing in. Very good pitch that not many people are going to the match, probably because they expect us to just body their team, even though their team's been having quite good form lately. There's Kemp, Bonfacio, and Nelson are the four that I'm going to have to pull off at halftime. We should be up a goal or two by that point. Unless we ran out all our energy against Paraguay and we're just going to come out flat and stink here. That's very possible too. The Puerto Ricans are timid. Have managed to get a yellow card in the first 5 minutes. But they got a pretty good attack in there. Just high for Josephoff. That's the one thing that might hold us back from just blowing out the Puerto Ricans, is that we're playing so many of the kids. As David scores, assisted by Nelson. We're playing so many of the kids. They don't have the best shooting accuracy. I'm actually really surprised that Liverpool or whoever Davis is playing for now haven't asked me to limit their minutes. Instead, it's a bunch of the weaker players on my team that they want to limit the minutes of. Another corner already. Looks like two Puerto Rican players ran into each other there. They really don't seem like they're confident against us. Like, no one's close to Bosch, and he just doesn't seem comfortable making a move. Nelson scores, assisted by Broguilar. This has the potential to be a massacre. I'm going to make a lot of subs at the half. I don't need to run my team ragged, and we're up 2 goals in 12 minutes. They're double covering Jaden Nelson. I don't know why. I mean, he got a goal this game, but he's not that good. He's not one of the biggest threats on my team. And by double covering Nelson, they're letting David get into openings. Vleska's managed to pull one back, assisted by Moreta, which shows how desperate an attack it was, since Moreta's the goaltender. That's kind of on Carducci. He should have gotten that one. Drew for David. There we go. David assisted by Shom. That shows how badly we outclassed these guys. Like, that was a very weak pass forward that trickled through 2 guys and still got out for an open David. Gomez actually managed to strip it off Lazarov there. But he ran right into Alphonso Davies, which put a swift end to that. It was Gomez beat to that. Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Which David scores easily. So it's 30 minutes in and we're up by 3. I definitely can make all the substitutions the teams wanted to have. Because it really doesn't seem to matter who I have in here. And this is the only way Puerto Rico has really been able to make any sort of an impact on this match, is when it just skirts out and they get out in the open. But they're not aggressive enough, and so I can get back and defend. Because they get up about halfway and they start hesitating, looking for people to pass off to. Another for David, assisted by Lazarov this time. I think that was his hat trick already. Oh no, he's actually just got 4. That was his hat trick of a free play, plus he had the penalty. I'm pleased that they're working so hard given the heat out there, but a lot of guys are getting subs right now. Let's see, we had to do Kemp, so I'll take him off for Mello. You can see how much sharpness Mello got just from that last match. Bonfacio can come off for Howard. Nelson can come off for Amrani, who's still a little tired, but that's fine. And then Josifov can come off for Silva. There we go. Everyone's playing good except for Carducci, who's not really having to do much. And he did let in that soft one. No one's that tired. So I think those are the only subs I'm making right now. And I know I could make the subs at the half, but I really prefer the interface in the in-game substitution menu to the halftime substitution menus. Well, Howard is not very good at that position. Silva's pretty weak as well. Melo's not very good. Melo's really bad as well. And Amrani's decent, but I mean, this is once again about playing the kids. We're up 4 goals against Puerto Rico with half a game to play. I don't think they're coming back, especially since I still have David and Davies on, and they can potentially score 2 or 3 more. I'll probably take both of them off at 60, honestly, because I don't want them running too hard in this heat. But on the other hand, it's fun to watch David score 5 goals. Didn't even have people playing by the right tactics yet. Can this be 6 for David? Not quite. He was a little high. Not sure what David was in the back there, but it seemed to be good position for him. Gomez with a chance to pull one back, but he's stripped by Davies. And yeah, you can see everyone's hot out there. They're just willing to take a break when they get a chance. Everyone's doing pretty well. I'm actually going to take Tabla off. He's the weakest of the people still out there. So I'll put Lorencal back in. I'd like to season this guy up some more, get him some more experience. He's been really well. And vastly preferable to Tabla playing in off position. Because Tabla can do the left wing, but he's not very good at it. Let's see here. Let's get Davies off. I don't really have anyone good to put in for him, so we'll bring in Hatterall and see if I can shuffle things around. Trelly. That's how it's said. Melo and Silva can. Melo can improve. Silva cannot. So it's Melo for Hatrelli. I think this is Hatrelli's first cap. He's not great there, but whatever. This looks fine. Melo's actually not worse out on the wing. Or at the back there. This could be dangerous. David has another one. I probably should have subbed David off already, but he's having such a match. I want to see how good he can do. Probably going to let him play to full 90. His coach didn't ask me to rest him, and he's not excessively tired, so if he's having a good game out there, I'll let him have it. It's the performance I've been wanting from him since I started this save. Not been terribly impressed with Howard. He lost the challenge or the 50-50 on the ball, and it was very accessible for him, but he didn't even try. He just backed off, let Puerto Rico have it. I mean, Puerto Rico are under threat, but I would have liked to see him fight for it because that was definitely attainable. Amrani scored, assisted by Lorencaus. At this point, we're just playing like we're Nottingham Forest. Ooh, that must have sucked. It looked like their goaltender went head first right into the post. The last sub is going to be Brogolard. Take him off for Harbor. Oh no, I'm out of subs. Guess Brogolard's going to have to play out those last few minutes. Another nice strike from David. I think everyone's just hot. Normally Lavra would challenge a lot more for a ball like that one too. So we're hurting at this point. We're just trying to ride out the last minute. And that's fair. Canada doesn't have a lot of experience with it getting this hot. Ooh, Lorenco almost got us in one at the end. We pretty much knew that was going to go that way, though. David got his 75th cap for us, and Hatrelli made his debut. Ref did a good job. So this was a very successful international break. I was expecting the Puerto Rican massacre, but I'm very happy with the way Paraguay went. This might have actually improved their spot in the global standing. David got player of the match again, once again completely unsurprising. And so we'll just pop over here and take a quick look at the upcoming schedule. Next, we play as FIDA Club from Congo away, so that's going to be a bit of a challenge. I mean, the clubs, that's actually going to be a very challenging game. The club's as good as we are, and we're going away, so it's going to be tough. The one advantage we have is the team's kind of rested. And then we have Paraguay City at home, which is the easier of the two matches. Paraguay City are worse than we are usually, so actually that's away too, but I suppose at home in that it's in South Africa was what I was thinking, but either way, it's another not easy match, but easier. So yeah, the big challenge is the first game against FIDA Club. But we'll leave that for next time. For now, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day.